Jong Song Bonnet Dan Ye Jan Bori Sing Ni Juk Tusam Gay Wan Song Buldo Jung Sing Pa Juk Jinon Om Garajya Sabah Om Garajya Sabah Om Garajya Sabah Ha. Who would like to do the poly refuge vows tonight? Minwee, how about you?
I'd be happy to.
I'll give you the roll down.
Okay. Udam Sarna Gacchami Dhamma Sarna Gacchami Sangha Sarna Gacchami. I go for refuge in the Buddha. I go for refuge in the Dharma. I go for refuge in the Sangha. Buddha Saranam Gacchami. Dhamma Saranam Gacchami. Sangha Saranam Gacchami.
All right. So we will begin with our standard 15 minutes of seated meditation. The Buddha spoke like a bow, while the patriarchs spoke like its string. Let's chant the Gatha on opening the sutras. This Dharma, incomparably profound and minutely subtle, is rarely encountered, even in hundreds of thousands of millions of ages. Now we see it, hear it, hold and maintain it. May we completely realize the true mind of all Buddhas. All right, very good. We are going to receive our daily dose of the Dharma from Dry Denang. I'm trying to alliterate as many D's as I can in there in case that wasn't obvious. So here's Minwee.
Thank you, Unsan, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to deliver a Dharma talk tonight. Good evening, friends, and I'm really happy to be sitting with all of you here tonight. As Unsan mentioned, there's a tropical storm that's nearby here in Da Nang, but it seemed to have passed us by, gone to the north of us, and but rain brings a renewal, and I really kind of want to talk tonight about renewal. Yesterday, October 21st, for you guys, was the new moon. And the new moon is a time of renewal, of beginning again. In some monastic communities, this new moon was the end of the rainy season. Um, so, they might have held their Katina services or celebrations. Um, but we have a new moon every month. Um, Depending on the month, we might have one twice a month. Um, but the new moon always has this concept of renewal. And that's what I want to talk about. The sky is dark in a new moon, but when it is dark, there's always a promise of the light returning. And in the same way, our practice goes through cycles. Sometimes our practice is fading and we need to renew it. Sometimes it's dark and sometimes it's bright. So tonight, on October 22nd, as we sit together, I'd like to reflect on our Bodhisattva precepts, what they mean, where they come from, and how we can renew them in our daily lives. The Taiwanese Chan master Sheng Yen, who you might know as the teacher of the uh, well-published author Guo Gu or Jimmy Woo. Anyway, he reminds us of this. His quote is this: "It is better to have precepts to break than have no precepts at all." This is a very compassionate teaching. The precepts are not about us being perfect. We are not perfect saints of the Dharma. They're about direction, diligence, and sincerity. When we fall short of our precepts, we don't lose them. We simply return to them. Just as the moon returns after darkness. Renewal is the heart of our practice. Which is why on a new moon, it's a perfect opportunity for us. The Bodhisattva precepts that many of us have taken come in several different forms. And across the Zen world, different communities draw from different sources. Generally, in our tradition, we take our precepts from the Mahayana Brahmajala Sutra. And this text lays out 10 major precepts and 48 minor precepts that many of us have taken. Some organizations only administer or distill these down into 16 Bodhisattva precepts. The 3 refuges, the 3 pure precepts, and the 10 grave precepts. The founder of our tradition, the Wanji Dharma, that kind of converted our tradition from from Sung San's teachings, uh, he drew from this tradition. And so the precepts I think that most of us have taken, the Bodhisattva precepts, follow this Mahayana Brahmajala Sutra tradition. And he's just modernized the language a little bit so that the precepts speak to us directly and the ethical challenges of our time. Some other traditions, Zen traditions, also take precepts from the Yogacara tradition. So texts like the Bodhisattva Bhumi present precepts in a more psychological or practice-oriented way. They emphasize intention, mindfulness, and skillful means. Master Sheng Yen, he leaned on this tradition a little bit more heavily than he did on the Brahmajala Sutra. So that in doing so, he was reminding us that the precepts are not rigid prohibitions, but they're living practices, things that we want to practice on a daily basis. So when we look across Zen communities worldwide, we see different forms of the Bodhisattva precepts, maybe a little bit different languages here and there, but the essence in all of them remains the same. Refrain from harm, cultivate virtue, and benefit all sentient beings. Interestingly enough, this is not unique to Buddhism. If we look to the Christian West, we find the same arc of the essence of the precepts in the Rule of St. Benedict, kind of the oldest of the monastic traditions in the West. And in the 6th century, he wrote an outline for monastic communities. And the first one was restraint. Benedict urged monks to refrain from anger, gossip, violence. About that, we think about right speech, right action. Just as the Bodhisattva precepts begin with refraining from harmful actions. Next, he discussed cultivation. Benedict emphasized humility, prayer, daily rhythms of work and study, just as we vow to cultivate wholesome actions. And third, Benedict insisted that monasteries welcome every guest. They care for the sick and they serve the poor, just as the Bodhisattva vows. Just as the Bodhisattva vows that we take vow us to benefit all sentient beings. So we can say that just as the Bodhisattva precepts guide us to refrain from harm, cultivate virtue, and benefit beings, the Rule of St. Benedict follows the same arc: restraint, cultivation, and service. These are universal patterns of spiritual life, whether east or west. The heart of monastic practice is the same: to transform ourselves so that we may help transform the world. I often think to myself, how can I live as a modern day monk? Like most or all of you, I live at home. I have a family. I have daily activities, responsibilities, and yet I can still try to focus my life on these great precepts, living ethically, compassionately, and in service to others. That's what we renew when we renew our precepts. So Zen sometimes reminds us that ultimately there is no separate being to save. We've all read that in there in the Platform Sutra. But the Bodhisattva path is not about escaping into this philosophical netherland, but it's about how we live right here, right now. So there's a kind of a modernized koan that I want to share with you. A monk once asked Master Dizang, "Where do you go when life ends?" Dizang replied, "I go straight to the earth." The monk pressed, "But what if you meet someone there?" Dizang answered, "I help them." So, like I said, this is a bit of a modernized version. In the classical records preserved in the Transmission of the Lamp, and later in the Book of Serenity, Dogen included it in the koans that he wrote about. The story of Master Zizang and his student Fa went like this. Where are you going? Fa Yan replied, on a pilgrimage. Zizang asked, why do you go on a pilgrimage? Fa Yan said, I don't know. And Zizang responded, not knowing is most intimate. This is the traditional verse. And so the one I gave you earlier about where do you go when you die into the ground um, is an adaptation of this conversation between Zizang and, and Fa Yang. But they both teach us something about the Dharma in a way that we renew when we renew our precepts. The version that, the original version about not knowing is most intimate, um, it's about our awakening is found in not knowing, that don't know mind that Sung San so often taught about. And that's the intimacy with reality beyond concepts, beyond words. The modern telling about what do you do when you meet someone and you're buried, help them, that's about compassion. So this not knowing mind is part of the Bodhisattva path, but that how may I help you mind is also part of the Bodhisattva path. So both fit together. Between these two, we can see the full spectrum of the Bodhisattva precepts: wisdom and compassion, emptiness and humanism, the ultimate and the everyday. In our modern world, the precepts, the Bodhisattva precepts, are more relative. They're not just relative to what we do in a Zen community, in a Zen Sangha, but they're relevant in our everyday life. In a culture of consumption, waste, the vow to be content and generous is a radical thought. In a time such as in America, of time of division, the vow to promote harmony, compassion is transformative. In a world of suffering, wars and famines, floods, and hurricanes, and whatever, the vow to save all beings is both impossible and yet essential because it keeps our hearts open. Each small act of kindness, each moment of restraint, each gesture of compassion is a way of building a pure land right here on earth. So here we are on the evening of October 22nd, just one day after the new moon. And the sky is still dark. I looked on my phone and it said the moon was at 1%. So the sky is still dark, but the light is already returning. Let us see the precepts just like we see the moon. Even when it's hidden, their light is always present. When we renew them, we allow that light to shine again in our lives and in the world. May our practice of the Bodhisattva precepts uplift our own hearts, inspire those around us to live a moral, ethical, compassionate life, and may it bring benefit to all sentient beings, without exception. Thank you.
Thank you for your teaching. We're going to come back for another 15 minutes of meditation. It is extremely important that Zen practitioners should pursue live words, not dead words. All right. Let's join in and chant the Heart Sutra. Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, when practicing deeply the Prajna Paramita, perceives that all five skandhas are empty and is saved from all suffering and distress. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. That which is form is emptiness. That which is emptiness, form. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, pulses, consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Therefore in emptiness, no form, no feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm of eyes, and so forth, until no realm of mind consciousness, no ignorance, and also no extinction of it, and so forth, until no old age and death, and also no extinction of him, no suffering, no origination, no stopping, no path, no cognition, also no attainment, with nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva depends on Prajna Paramita, and the mind is no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Far apart from every perverted view, one dwells in nirvana. In the three worlds, all Buddhas depend on Prajna Paramita and attain Uttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore know that Prajna Paramita is the great transcendent mantra, is the great bright mantra, is the utmost mantra, is the supreme mantra, which is able to relieve all suffering and is true, not false. So proclaim the Prajna Paramita mantra. Proclaim the mantra which says Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. Let's do Venerable Wanji's loving kindness meditation. May I be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to me. May no difficulties come to me. May I have a calm and peaceful mind. May I have patience, insight, courage, and compassion in meeting the challenges of life. May my parents be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have a calm and peaceful mind. May they have patience, insight, courage, and compassion in meeting the challenges of life. May my teachers be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have a calm and peaceful mind. May they have patience, insight, courage, and compassion in meeting the challenges of life. May family members and relatives be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have a calm and peaceful mind. May they have patience, insight, courage, and compassion in meeting the challenges of life. May friends and acquaintances be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have a calm and peaceful mind. May they have patience, insight, courage, and compassion in meeting the challenges of life. May unfriendly people and my enemies be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have a calm and peaceful mind. May they have patience, insight, courage, and compassion in meeting the challenges of life. May unknown persons be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have a calm and peaceful mind. May they have patience, insight, courage, and compassion in meeting the challenges of life. May all beings, with form and without form, visible, invisible, born or coming to birth, large and small, from the highest realm of existence to the lowest, be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have a calm and peaceful mind. May they have patience, insight, courage, and compassion in meeting the challenges of life. And let's do the dedications of merit. I've got a couple of people. I'll let you add in whomever you might like to. All sentient beings are one seamless body and pass quickly from birth to death. We remember those who cared for us and are gone, those who are ill, those who are at war, who are hungry and who are in pain. May they heal and have peace. We especially dedicate our service to Mike Gingy Wood, Brian Unger, Cholmin Prajna. Anyone else you'd like to add in?
Mark.
Any others?
Barry and Juanita.
Anyone else?
My Lin fam.
And anyone else?
One for all those in prison, for Palestine, and a special one for all victims of police brutality on National Day of Victims of Police Brutality. Thank you.
All beings in the 10 directions, subject to the greed, hatred, and delusions of themselves and others. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Maha Prajna Paramita. And we'll recite our faith and practice vow. I will never retreat and will be firm in my mind in this correct Dharma. I will escape from the samsaric cycle of birth and death and definitely will see my original face. I will be sure to inherit the life of insight of the Buddha and save all sentient beings. And Hengdal.
The spiritual source shines clearly in the light. The branching streams flow on in the dark. Infinite realms of light and dark convey the Buddha mind. Birds and trees and stars and we ourselves come forth in perfect harmony. We practice and recite this for all beings, and grateful thanks to our many guides along the way.
And we'll recite the 4 great Bodhisattva vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to help them all. Delusions are countless. We vow to see through them all. Opportunities to awaken are infinite. We vow to embrace them all. The Buddha way is endless. We vow to embody it. Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly by and opportunities to awaken are easily lost. Strive to realize your true nature and do not squander your time by night or day.